You are now listening to Nyeckro Highsodiumcontent.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
What's going on, good people? It's your boy Nyeckro, bringing you another episode of High Sodium Content. So high, so salty. Now, in tonight's episode of the podcast, this TikToker, Nick Shirley, he's going around interviewing different residents of New York, asking them who are they going to vote for in 2024. That's the big headline these days. Who you voting for? And I have my opinions. I think I've made that pretty much clear, but
you're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
I want to talk to my family for a second. I want to talk to my brothers and sisters out there who still haven't gotten free.
Who are you talking about?
Now, we've seen what Joe Biden has done these last 4 years, haven't we?
Clowns are funny.
I mean, in the last few months, this man has done monumental things, outlandish things. The migrant crisis. I mean, he's just letting anybody come through. Terrorists seeking asylum. Everybody. It's an open door. Bring your ass on in. We don't got to check anything. And here's some free stuff. You don't got to pay for it. The taxpayers pay for it. Yep. Come on through. We're dealing with high gas prices because he shut down the Keystone Pipeline, which made our gas extremely high. We were making it ourselves for a little bit, and then we became dependent on Saudi Arabia and all these places in the Middle East. Got rid of a whole bunch of jobs in the process of doing that. Thanks, Joe Biden. Groceries, food prices are astronomical. I remember a few years ago, I think I was probably paying maybe at the most, maybe about $600 a month for groceries. Now it's about $2,000. That's crazy. That's like paying rent in some places a month on food. Insurance is high. Car insurance is astronomical. And you probably haven't even gotten into an accident this year or any time, but your premiums are skyrocketing. Everything is going up. Inflation is like a runaway train, and nobody's putting a stop to it. This man is just obliterated our entire nation. Everything. There's never been a president in my life that has directly influenced almost all aspects of my life and made it worse. Everything is worse. Everybody was fearing, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump. And you know what? I'll even say I believe some of that. But then when you go and you research things, you kind of expand your horizons, But again, with all these things that this man has done, black folk, we can't vote this man in. Please. We need to stop the blue no matter who. Just you can't vote for people just because it's not a sports team. It's not. You can't look at how people talk and all this stuff. You need to check policy. Policy is important. It's very important. Very, very, very important. And if you look at this man's track record thus far, has this man helped the black community in any way? No. He's hindered the black community. He's hindered our community. He is given his proverbial ass to kiss. But you know what? Let's look at some residents on our fair city, our New York City. Let's get their opinion. Let's get these two sisters' opinion. Hold on.
You're gonna have the option between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. You guys have to choose.
I know. And there's a lot of stuff that, Donald Trump has done that is really I don't know if I want to do that, but then even with the stuff that Joe Biden has said, it's still you don't really know if he's for sure, if he's serious. So I don't it's really iffy, but I'm going more towards Joe Biden, I guess, because I don't really like the way Donald Trump does things that he do and how he speaks to people. Yes, how he presents himself and how he speaks to people.
Who do you think will make a country safer?
I honestly feel like Joe Biden because Donald Trump.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
He does whatever. He's like an intrusive thought. So I think Joe Biden, even though he don't really know what he's doing either, but
the man shaking invisible hands.
Yeah, I would give it. I could say both of them, but because I'm leaning more towards Joe Biden, I would say with him. But Joe Biden does more stuff where he's trying to help other countries more than he's trying to help his own country.
That's the truest thing she said.
So that is something that could lead into something bigger. And then Donald Trump, he was more so, trying to help the people that he's with, but then I don't know the thoughts behind that and why he's trying to do that for his people. So I'm going more towards Joe Biden.
If Joe Biden's put other countries before us, how y'all gonna go for Joe Biden? If we live in America.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Let me pause this for a minute. All right, there you go. Our two lovely sisters. Just gotta shake my head. Listen, I know we've been raised to be Democrats. I know this. I was in the same situation once. But I could tell you there's a greater path. The path of being able to choose whoever you want based on their policies. Forget that blue, vote blue no matter who. And just think of the disrespectful things that they've said. Now, I'm gonna put a compilation together for another video. And I just want y'all to just listen. And this isn't AI. This is exactly how they feel about the community. They don't give. They do not care. They could care less. Have they passed reparations yet? How many hearings? How many studies? How many times they're gonna almost sign it and then don't? Look at what happened in California. Come on now. And speaking of which, look at California. It's terrible. Gas almost $7. food, fast food. It's almost like eating at like a luxury restaurant. Come on now. This is insanity. This is insanity. The things that this man is doing is destructive. His policies are destructive. Look at New York right now. Look at all those migrants. Look at all that crime. All because of his policies. And this is all coming out of your pocket, my pocket. All that money he's sending to Ukraine. All that money. You know they're getting Social Security? Your Social Security. Our Social Security. They're not even citizens. Make that make sense. On what planet? Everybody out here getting a free bag. Everybody getting a free ride, and they don't even have to live here. And you know where they sticking the migrants? You know where. Look at Chicago. Come on now. Got to put an end to this. Listen, I'm just talking to the black folk right now. Listen, y'all can vote for the couch or Trump. Don't vote this man in. I promise this will be the nail in the coffin for us. All right. Listen, I don't think Trump is a superhero or the greatest person, but I know he got a track record. He had that gas low. He had all money was good. Money was good. Money was good. I do not want to struggle. And not even that. Look at the lunacy they're trying to pass. Do you really think a person that was once a biological man can go into the spaces of women? Like it's okay? I certainly don't. I see problems there. You don't even have to even look like a woman. You could just show up. Look at what happened at Planet Fitness. And these are the things that they're trying to push. Look at the things that they push on the children. It's crazy out here. And it needs to be stopped. You know, and then you have people like, I think he's doing a good job. How? Do you enjoy struggling? I don't. No. Bring that man back. But you know what? If you need more proof of our good friend Joe Biden and how racist this man is against the community, against the black community,
I'd buy that for $1.
I mean, let's just look at his past a little bit, shall we? I mean, we know he crafted the 1994 crime bill that put a lot of people away for things that would be accounted for as minor offenses, right? Under today's standards, serving life sentences and whatnot, just gone, poof. And you know how that goes, right? But let's look at our good friend Joe Biden and what he thinks of the black community.
And clean, nice looking.
Oh, let's put that back.
personal comments he made about another White House hopeful, Senator Barack Obama.
Oh, remember him?
Not the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
But wait, there's more.
Now, I mean, we know what that means when you hear the words articulate and bright in the same sentence. I mean, I've known racist people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the playbook. That's the script. That's what they all say. He was friends with Strom Thurmond. They were boys. They were chums. And you know who Strom Thurmond was. But if you didn't know, let me refresh your memory. And if you didn't know, Strom Thurmond was a senator, right? He's a pretty messed up dude. Born into a white supremacist society where the Ku Klux Klan kept African Americans in line by threat of violence, Thurmond used his public positions to promote racist ends. Of course, as a senator, he blocked national bills that would have granted blacks equal rights. In the 1950s, he even voted against statehood for Hawaii because its population wasn't white enough.
What?
In 1964, he quit the Democratic Party and led the Southern whites to the Republican Party. Fun stuff. That's his boy. You know, and we know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't advocate for either party. I think people should be independent and look at people's policies. You know, that's ultimately that's all I really care about, the things that affect me. But you know, that was one instance of our good friend Joe Biden. Let's check out another one. Oh,
There's about 100,000 of them.
all right, let's put that back. All right.
There's about 100,000 of them who are the predators. 100,000 of the kids you read about in the front page of the newspaper every day. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock.
I couldn't hear that. I don't think you guys probably can hear that either. Play that back.
Without supervision.
Oh, go back.
There's about 100,000 of them who are the predators. 100,000 of the kids you read about in the front page of the newspaper every day. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without...
What does that sound like? that same racist trope and stereotype. Black people don't have fathers. Born out of wedlock. All this extra stuff. Yep. This is the guy. This is the person that those two women want to put back in office.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Him. And this is how he feels.
Any structure, without any conscience developing, a portion of them will become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
Wow. Wow. Take them out of society. Get them out of here. You gotta go. That's how he feels. There have been no policies that have been for us, right? He passed the Asian hate crime bill. He passed that, right? That was no problem. Like I said, he passed the Asian hate crime bill. No problem. Anything changed for police accountability? They still have qualified immunity, right? Has reparations been passed? No, of course not. But they could, he enlisted X amount more of IRS agents to come and terrorize the little person, me and you. Oh yeah, he did that. Mobilized them. So you better have your taxes in April 15th, or they're gonna be coming for you. Food through the roof, gas through the roof, rent through the roof, migrants and crime all over the place, cell phone thefts, people getting punched in the face. It's anarchy, mayhem, chaos, orchestrated chaos. That's what this is.
Oh no!
This is by design. And this is my theory. This is my theory, right? And I gotta find the footage for this, but I remember back in, I think it was like the end of 2020, maybe 2021. No, it was it 2020? No, it was definitely 2021. And Biden was talking to, these old civil rights leaders that don't do anything anyway. I digress. Al Sharpton and and the gang. And he was telling them that you're gonna have to work with the Hispanics and you're gonna have to work with the Latinos. And he was stern about it, but I'm gonna find the footage and I'll definitely do a podcast on that. Because I this is my theory. I mean, all of a sudden, the locks broke, for the border, and it's just a surge of these people, and they're giving them all these set asides, free room and board, gift cards with thousands of dollars on it, monthly stipends for rent, everything. They're assaulting police officers, getting away scot-free, committing murder, getting away scot-free, being released, and it's just nothing can be done. I think he's trying to bring all these people over here to undermine the black community, because as you can see, people like me, the younger generation, are starting to understand that we can't vote like that no more. This needs to come to an end. This needs to stop ASAP. At least for a few voting cycles, these people cannot be voted in for a long time. Because that anti-black sentiment needs to go, and it needs to be weeded out. The Democrats need to be kept out for a while. I mean, that's just crazy, but that's my whole theory, on the migrant crisis. And they complain that Trump is racist, but nobody can never tell you what he said, what he did. he didn't create policies to hurt black folk. Actually, it was the opposite. Check this out. So, our good friend, the Donald, created the First Step Act. It's the antithesis of the 1994 crime bill. Say that 3 times fast. The First Step Act, signed into law in 2018, aimed to reform the federal prison system, including reducing mandatory minimum sentences for nonviolent drug offenses, providing opportunities for early release, and implementing rehabilitative programs. He created opportunity zones. Created under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, opportunity zones are designated economically distressed communities where new investments may be eligible for preferential tax treatment, potentially spurring economic development and job creation in predominantly black neighborhoods. HBCUs provided long-term funding for HBCUs through the Future Act, which allocated $255 million annually to support these institutions and simplify the free application for federal student aid, FAFSA. Now, this one, I mean, all presidents kind of boast about this. Record low unemployment. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, black unemployment reached historic lows under the Trump administration, with the rate falling to 5.4% in August 2019, the lowest recorded since the Bureau of Labor Statistics began tracking the data in the early 70s. All right. Criminal justice reform. In addition to the First Step Act, the Trump administration supported initiatives aimed at addressing issues such as police reform, supporting community policing efforts, and increasing resources for programs like the Burn Justice Assistance Grant program, the JAG program. You know, that's just 5 things. But look at the countless things that Biden has done to harm the black community and his influence that has seeped through to other Democratic governors, mayors, and so forth. Do you really, really want to vote this man in again? Do you really, really want another 4 years of this struggle? Because it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Crime is going to be astronomical, through the roof. When does it end? When is it going to end? Ultimately, you decide. And I hope, and even Dr. Claude Anderson said it. And if y'all don't know who he is, he's a very, 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 very educated brother. Please check him out. I'll probably, if I have time, I'm doing this by myself. So I do the editing, everything by myself. So if I have the time, I'll probably put it in this video or I'll probably put it in the next one. But he even said it. If we keep voting this way, it's going to be the destruction of Black America.
Now, when immigrants come in, watch the benefits they get. They go past black folk at 200 miles an hour. They do better right here in Chocolate City. Now, they're underneath the immigrants. Immigrants, they come in the country, they get a point over black folk for being an immigrant. Blacks are the only non-immigrant. 2, all of them are classified as whites. The Arabs, Asian, Hispanics, they all been reclassified as whites. Even American Indians back in the 1890s became classified as whites. They get a point. That's the second point. They get over black folk in getting access to resources and benefits. The third thing they get the benefits for being put into a minority category. They're classified as minorities over black folk. Thirdly, they come in with a culture that they can establish a culture, that they can now build businesses and industries and relate back to their homeland. And lastly, what they can do, they also bring in a religious aspect and business opportunities for their people. Black folk get nothing, and they can come in and take and dominate black folk. That's why right now black folk have been buried as an.
It's going to be it. We'll have no voting power. We're already second-class citizens. We'll be fourth, fifth-class citizens in this country. Ignore all the fear tactics that the Democrats use. Oh, your ancestors died for all this. The Democrats passed the Civil Rights Act. Sure, 60 years ago. What have they done since? Think about it. What have they done since? They haven't done anything. They've done nothing. So why keep supporting someone who's going to do absolutely nothing for you? Honestly, the choice is clear. It really is clear cut. But, you know, to some people, it just isn't. You know, some people treat politics and policies like it's a sporting event. And it really should not be that way whatsoever. You should really research people and look at their track record. The reason why I want to vote for Trump is because I know he has a track record of getting people out. He said day one he gets in office, the migrant problem is done. And he's going to try and put that money back in our pockets. He'll probably turn on the Keystone Pipeline again. Job creation, low gas. It's clear cut, for me at least. And I implore the black community, my brothers and sisters, to just please think long and hard, because it's crunch time. It's crunch time. But I know some of y'all just going to do it anyway. You know, I'll be jonesing for the Democrat. But, you know, as always, you know, leave me a comment. Let me know how you guys feel about 2024. And as always, stay salty. Keep your head in the swivel.
They're gonna put y'all back in chains.
What? Go to school and get a good education. Stop all that gang, man. You not from the hood.